midst of the BLM protest, I sat down and tried to do some meditation and did some white fragility soul searching, if you will. Is Robin right? Did I? And so what I sat down when I found is first there was a layer of defensiveness, some of it justified, because I do think that Robin DiAngelo comes in guns smoking, if she sings she's a witch type shit, which I didn't appreciate. But what I found beneath that was every ism in the world was, holy shit, I separate myself from other people on every conceivable metric that I can find. Am I wealthier, taller, more handsome? Did you grow up in the same state as me? Like, there's a part of, I think, my psyche and every human psyche that is desperate to be special and to stand above. And I think that exists inside of me, and I really do think it exists inside of everybody. A small element of that is racism. But what I actually found when I kind of looked into it is that it was dwarfed compared to the myriad of other ways that I try to be better. Do I have more subscribers than this person? You know what I mean? Like, I'm constantly comparing and bettering and setting up hierarchies, and when I looked into that, what I found was that I personally, and this might not be everybody, responded better to compassion, better to setting up a situation where I was not beyond redemption for having these ideas inside of me. And when I allowed, like, when racism wasn't used against myself as this horrible thing, which I would need to be contrite for forever, I was allowed myself to do a deeper exploration, which I think had even more fruit than finding racism, because what I found was everything. You know what I mean? Like, all of these ways in which I try to be better. And so perhaps what I've tried to do, and I think there can be more than one way to go attack these problems of people trying to stand over one another. The angle that I am trying to come at increasingly on the podcast is one of understanding and going, holy shit, I'm just like the worst person that I know. Like, if I think of the worst individual, the most racist white neo-Nazi, there are elements in them, maybe not racially driven, that I find inside of myself. And I am better suited to have compassion for that person and empathy and not cut them down, because the way that I treat them is the way that I treat myself internally. And if I attack myself, I'm going to shut down, and that nugget of hate is not going to go anywhere. Does that make sense as a
completely.
A way to approach this?
Compassion and empathy are like two of the most essential components to any kind of political activism. The least effective political activists in this is actually a scientific fact. They did a study at Harvard. Okay, the least effective political advocates in the universe in all of human history are Twitter lefties. Okay, because they are the most angry, contemptuous motherfuckers on the face of the earth. They are insanely aggressive if you disagree with them. I think this is impractical approach. I think that compassion is really important, because at the end of the day, even hateful people don't really experience that hate internally the same way the objects of it experience externally. If you're a black person and you're talking with some virulent racist, that can be, as a black person, pretty terrible experience for a lot of reasons. But inside of the racist person usually isn't like some cold-hearted, calculated hatred. What it usually is fear or disgust or anger or some other primordial emotion they don't have the strength to control and deal with. I think most people are emotionally weak in that way. I'm including myself in that. And it can lead people in a lot of really bad directions. So you should be able to reach out to people like that. One of the worst things the left ever did was make itself, put itself in an ivory tower, because you have all these these guys online, and a lot of them believe some really shitty things too. Like, 15-year-old online guys. A lot of these people are pretty sexist. I know I was there, but you grow out of that and you think like, okay, maybe some of these left ideas sound all right, but all the lefties, they're contemptuous and condescending and antagonistic and holier and purer than thou. And you can't move in that direction. They won't let you. There are no friends to be found there. So you stay where you are, or you go right. I think you should always open your arms to new friends, even if they disagree with you. It's, if nothing else, it's enormously effective. I think it also makes you a better person, just on the whole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm very much of that mindset, and I suspected that you would be as well. I do think that some of when we watch and when Ben watch you, I mean, you play a character from time to time.